The festival of the Gulbrok. Deep in the ancient oaks of the Shamrock Woods, where the floor is blanketed in moss and large clovers dot the earth like tiny umbrellas, the woodland creatures were abuzz with excitement. For it was nearly time for the annual festival of the Gulbrok, a celebration honouring their strange and mystical god. The Gulbrok itself was a peculiar beast, an enormous stag with mighty antlers made of sapphire and great feathered wings that shimmered like opals in the dappled forest light. It was said the Gulbrok ruled over all the creatures of the wildwood and could speak the tongues of squirrels, foxes and rabbits alike. Though the mythical winged stag had not been seen for thousands of life cycles, the stories of its majestic powers echoed through time. As the sunrise turned the trees gold on the most recent day of the festival, the animals began gathering offerings for the mighty Gulbrok. The squirrels selected the plumpest acorns, the chipmunks the most perfect pine cones, and the mice tied ribbons around small wildflowers and berries. The procession wound its way through the trees, the creatures all chittering and singing, until at last they reached the sacred glade of the Gulbrok. There, in a clearing before an ancient stone, they arranged their gifts and began the ceremonial dances taught to them by their forebears. The festival was in full swing. Suddenly, a great rustling came from the forest canopy. The Gulbrok descended with a mighty flapping of wings, settling regally on the moss-covered stone. In its mouth it clutched a glowing blue mushroom cap, a treasure and blessing for its faithful followers. One by one, the creatures approached the Gulbrok, receiving a spore from the sacred mushroom as a reward for their devotion. Whether rabbit, shrew or hedgehog, each accepted the gift with thanks, for it would bring them visions of the summer fields filled with sweet wildflowers. And so the festival of the Gulbrok carried on, with the woodland creatures feasting on acorn bread and dancing round the fairy circles, until at last the Gulbrok took wing, rising back into the boughs as the moon rose high above the trees. The stag's sapphire antlers reflected the lunar beams onto the animals below, washing their spirits in a spectacular enchantment. For another year, the ancient traditions had been upheld, and in the deep verdant forest, the animals rested easy, knowing the Gulbrok's blessing would protect their home until the festival's joyous return.